Hi everyone, welcome to my live creative time today. My name's Mandy Witherby from Mandy's Papercraft Creations, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. Welcome to another week of creativity. Let me just straighten up this camera a little bit if I can. There we go. It's lovely to be here. Great to have you here. I hope that you will enjoy our project today. We're going to be making a cute card. We're going to be using the products from the Storybook Moments Suite. And let me just adjust my computer here so I can see it properly. Yeah, so we're going to be making a really cute card. So some of the products in this suite are going to be leaving us very soon, which is very sad because it's such a cute suite and we've really had a lot of fun playing with this suite. So I thought I'd give it one last hurrah today and create a really cute card using this suite before it goes away. So let me just bring up this live on my other devices. Sorry, I'm just trying to fit my pen back in there. There we go. I'll bring this up on my other device so that I can see everybody's comments there. So bear with me one moment. I'll just get that all set up because of course I can't set that up until we go live. As you're jumping on, say hi. Let me know that you are here. If this is your first time watching, let me know where you're watching from. We always love to welcome new viewers. All right, let's just get this all set up. Hey, Brenton, how you going? Lovely to have you here. Just make sure I've got that volume down there. Okay, great. iPad is ready. Let's get the computer all set up. I am feeling a little bit disorganized today. So we've had a busy day on Saturday, and then yesterday I had a chilled day actually, and I did a little bit of scrapbooking. I still haven't got that camera right. I did a little bit of scrapbooking yesterday, which was lovely. Getting some of my photos into some of those beautiful pages, or onto, I should say, some of those beautiful pages that we created during the virtual album retreat. But today I'm struggling with my eyes a little bit, to be honest. I'm having a little bit of trouble seeing without my glasses. So hang on a sec. There we go. So I've been trying to look at things and read things. I'm like, oh my goodness, where's my glasses? I can't see anything today without my glasses. So I have to keep reaching for my glasses. And the light's bothering me a little bit, and yeah, all the things. So yeah, forgive me if I'm a little bit squinty today. All right. Oh, that's what I was doing. Okay. So I was working out colors that I might be using today in my Stampin' blends, and I thought there's a couple that have retired since I updated my chart, and I thought I better cross them out, otherwise I'm going to go looking for them and I won't be able to find them. And I was just looking at that quickly before I went live. So I'm just going to put a little line through these ones while people are jumping on. So there's that one and this one, because they've retired. That was the Wild Wheat and the Boho Blue, which were two that I used quite a bit, but they have retired now because they were the last, they're in the last lot of end colours that retired when the new catalogue came in May. So they've been gone a while, but I haven't updated my chart, so that's why. Now, are there any others? Hopefully I will remember them as if I go to look for them. But if I look for any that are retired and you know that they're retired, you can always yell out and let me know. But hopefully all good. Moody Mauve, that's another one that went, wasn't it? Moody Mauve, is that one that went? I think it was. Just trying to remember now. Yes, I think that was in the last, because that was one that was a colour that I really loved. I think that one's gone too. So I'll cross that one out as well. Okay, so how was everyone's weekend? What did you all get up to? Did you get some crafting done? We had a, I'll pop that over there now. We had a fantastic class on Saturday. It was really great. We were, so I had designed, or Amber and I had designed some projects using the Beautiful Gallery suite. And so we had the ladies come, and or some of my class ladies came and made some beautiful projects. We had a lovely afternoon, and lots of fun, lots of laughs, of course, and lots of chats, and a yummy afternoon tea. Amber made us some caramel walnut slice, and it was delicious. So I'll be having some more of that this afternoon after I finish filming, when I have my late afternoon tea today. Yeah, so it was a really, really lovely day. I had some other sample projects out on display. You might have seen some of those in my photos that I posted up yesterday as well. So, oh, hi Leslie, how are you? How are you feeling today? Poor Leslie hasn't been feeling too well. She was going to come to my class on the weekend, but she woke up not feeling well, so that wasn't too fun. So let me see. Brenton says, you've done some crafting on the weekend. Fantastic, which was great to get in your craft room. Oh, awesome. Have you not had much time for crafting lately, Brenton? Sounds like you haven't been in your craft room as much lately. Been a busy person. That's life, isn't it? We get those moments where we just get so busy, and, you know, do you know when oh, you're still feeling miserable, Leslie? Oh, that's no good. Well, hopefully we can cheer you up for a little bit while we're crafting today. But yeah, I do hope that you feel better soon, you poor thing. It's no good being sick. No good at all. No fun. We are going to be using the very cute Storybook Moments bundle today, and well, actually we're using the suite because I've got the paper as well, not the complete suite because I only ended up getting the one bundle. This suite had the two bundles. It had the Storybook Friends, and what was the other one called? Let me check. The other one was called Storybook Garden Patch. I didn't get that one, I just got this one, but I've got the beautiful paper, and yeah, it's just so adorable. So the paper is sticking around for a little while longer, and the embellishments, but the ribbon is on last chance, and both of the bundles, the stamps and dies sets, are on last chance as well. So they are reduced, which is great. You can get them at a cheaper price at the moment before they retire, because then they'll be gone for good, which is very sad, because they have been around for a while, but they're really, really cute, sweet. I love it. So, all right, let's see. Oh, unfortunately, no, you don't get into your craft room as much, Brenton. Busy and tired from work. Yeah, understandable. Do you know when, so I was at home with my children for a number of years before I went back to work. And when I went back to work, I then didn't really craft, hardly ever, for about 10 years. I didn't pick up anything for 10 years. The only time I did craft was if there was a birthday coming up, and I would quickly, like for a family member, and I would just quickly whip up a card sometimes. But it wasn't, yeah, it was barely nothing in 10 years. And then when I got back into it, I got back into it with gusto. So I haven't looked back ever since, which I'm thankful for. So yeah, it took a long time though, because work was just very all-consuming. So life can be a bit like that, can't it, when you're working full-time? Oh, well, it's good that you got in the craft room on the weekend, Brenton. That's really exciting. Hey, Julie, how you going? Great to have you here. Hey, Fee, great to have you here. How did your market go on the weekend, Fee? Fee had a market, was it yesterday or Saturday? I can't remember which day it was now. I've lost track of the days. Fee holds several markets each month, which is awesome. And Fee's on my team, and Julie's here on my team, and Leslie's also on my team. So I've got some of my beautiful team members here today. Some of the others might jump on a little bit later. So it's always lovely to have them join us on my live videos. So While we are just chatting for a few moments, I'll tell you about a few things that are happening. As I mentioned, the story, oh, it was Sunday, it was yesterday, yeah, at the tram sheds, yes, at Glebe, isn't it? Glebe in the city. Yeah, that's where you'll find Fee quite regularly there at the tram sheds every month. Is it once a month or every second or twice a month Fee at the tram sheds? I can't remember. Fee's always doing markets. I find it hard to keep up because she's always at different markets. She's a busy girl. Yeah, so what I was going to let you know is the Storybook Moments Suite, because that's on Last Chance. The Last Chance has just had a big refresh. So I'll show you this. It's not back to front. I mean, I've printed it around the right way so for you, when I'm holding it up to the camera, it looks back to front when I'm in the forward-facing camera. But the Last Chance products have been updated. If you haven't been over there and had a look, definitely get over there and have a check it out, because there are so many new products, or not new products, there's additional products that's been added and discounted, and some of the products that were already on there have been further discounted and things like that. So Last Chance products is always a great category to go to in the online store, because you'll find lots of great bargains in there. It's what we used to call the clearance rack. Clearance rack is no longer, now it's called Last Chance. So they're the products that are going to be retiring, and a lot of them are discounted. So yeah, it's great to once a month. Yes, so once a month, there we go. Yeah. Ah, yes, you ordered the Storybook Fee. Fantastic. It is really cute. Yeah, it's such a beautiful suite. Amber and I really enjoyed creating with it. In fact, I've got a couple of projects to show you today that you might have seen before, but I'll show them again as a little intro into the project we're going to be making today. But we'll do that in a moment. Now, the other thing is Stampin' Up has got a sale at the moment. Pardon me again, I forgot to print this one back to front for you. I apologize. 15% off the in color range. Now, it's a 2025 to 2027 in colors. So that's the newer ones. The ones that were released with the May annual catalogue that came out. The annual catalogue that came out in May. Getting my tongue tied. They are on sale until the 31st of August. And if you go to the in colors, so when you go to the online store, you'll see an advertisement come across the top for the sale. If you click on that, it'll take you directly to that page where all of those products for the in color sale are. If you want to find them another way, you can go to the menu, and if you click on shop by, so scroll down the menu and go to shop by, and then if you click on color or colors, was it color or colors, whichever, color, and then click on that and then go to the in colors 2027, and then you can click on individual colors, or you can shop all and see all of the products. So what I was going to say is, in that category, and I'm just having a look over here on my computer, there is two-tone cardstock packs that have the in colors in them, and other colors too. There is some kits, there's some embellishments, there are DSP that contain the in colors, there are scrapbooking workshop kits, there are embellishments, I think I said that, there's ribbons, there's DSP, then you've got your inks, your cardstock, your Stampin' blends, your Stampin' Write markers, your ink refills, all of those things in the in colors as well. So definitely go and check that out. It's a great time to stock up on any of those. Even if you've got the ink pads and you didn't get the ink refills with them. So what's one of the, say Darling Duckling, for instance, that's a close one at hand. If you got the ink pad but you didn't yet get your ink refill, definitely grab that now while they are on special. Let's see, how much are the ink refills at the moment? They are on special, they are $8.29. So great time to grab the ink refills at a discounted price, so that when your ink pad gets a bit dry after a lot of use, or if it's been sitting on your shelf for a little while, you have your re-inker to be able to re-ink it. Same with your Stampin' Write markers. If you didn't get the Stampin' Write markers, it's a great time to grab them. They are reduced as well. Let me see if I can just see where they are. Also the cardstock. So the cardstock can be purchased in individual color packs, or you can get it in the color collection pack. So where you get all 5 of the in colors. So that's a great way of getting all of the colors in the in colors. So feel free to go there and check that out. There you go. There's the 2025 to 2027 in color Stampin' Write markers are currently reduced, and they are $26.35 for the 5 colors. So it's a great time to grab that pack as well if you didn't get them initially when they released. So lots and lots of great things to check out at the moment over there in the online store. Now I've got a couple of things coming up which I will let you know about. The first one is I've still got the registrations open for my card buffets. There are 2 dates that you can choose from. There's Wednesday the 27th of August or Saturday the 30th of August. Registrations are closing on the 13th. Is that this week? Yes, this Wednesday. Registrations are closing this Wednesday, so make sure that you get your registration in by then. You can go, oh, hey Leonie, how are you? Oh, it didn't come up as it normally does. Interesting. Okay. Oh, well, I'm glad you found me. That's great. Lovely to have you with us. So make sure that you register for this one if you would like to come along to one of those days and join us. It's only $30. You get to create 4 cards, and in my card buffet, I usually have laid out on the buffet, I have usually 7 to 8 different projects that you can choose from, and you get to choose for any 4 of those that you would like to create on the day. So, or you can come to both classes and create 4 on the Wednesday and then create the other 4 on the Saturday. If you'd like to do it that way, you can do that too. I will pop the registration link in the comments. So I'll do that now before I forget. Let me see if I can find it, if I can see with my silly eyes today. Where are we? There. Oh, no, there. That's the one. Okay. I will copy that. And excuse me squinting today. Having trouble. I'll just put that here. Card buffet classes. There we go. Okay, so pop them in the comments so you can click on that to register. Now, another thing to look out for this week, and this is going to be back to front because I haven't printed it in the reverse for you, but I am going to be having a retired product sale in September. So I was hoping to do it this month, but time just didn't allow. We've got a lot happening this month. So on the 13th, Saturday the 13th of September, I'm going to be having a retired product sale. The advertisement for this is going to be going up in the next, I think I'm doing it tomorrow. I think it's on my list to do tomorrow. And I'll send it out in my email as well. There will be a registration. It's not a paid registration, but it's just to let me know if you'll be coming in the morning or the afternoon session, because I'll have 2 sessions open for people to come to shop. Just so I know how many I'm expecting, so I can be planned for that. But yes, all of my retired products are all going to be, as many as I can fit anyway in my studio, are going to be out on sale. So watch out for information about that. Up to 70% off some of those products. So another great way of grabbing some bargains, and for helping me to de-stash as well, because I have got years and years of products here stored in the cupboard, in crates and stored in other places around the house. I'm running out of space. I've got to move some of this retired stuff to make way for new stuff. Now you might notice up on my shelf, I've got a few more things moved over here and I've got a few spots left over here. Now I do have a few stamp sets pulled out of this shelf here for classes coming up, for the card buffet actually, and for the class we just had on the weekend. I haven't put all of that away yet. But yes, with the last chance, so things get moved from this shelf over to this shelf with a pink sticker on them when they go on to last chance. So that's only the stamp sets. The dies and the punches and everything are kept in different places when they go on to last chance, because I can't fit everything just on that one shelf. So, and I like to keep it looking reasonably tidy behind me when I'm filming, so don't want too much up on that shelf. Yeah, so anyway, so that's what's happening. That's what's coming up. So mark those things in your calendars if you want to come to my retired sale on the 13th of September. So there's a few weeks till then. Or if you'd like to come to my card buffets this month, then definitely pop them in your calendars. Make sure that you register and check out all of the stuff that's on special in the last chance and in the in color sale as well. Okay, so lots and lots of things happening. All right. Let me go back to the comments here and have a look. I need to put my glasses on so I can read them today. Oh, Brendan says, I have all the Storybook Moments products, so I can do your grandson's scrapbook. Oh, that's going to be so adorable. Oh, you have to make sure you post some photos of those, Brenton, when you've made those scrapbooking pages. Fantastic. All right. Well, I think it's time that we flip the camera down. Oh, I have to show you something really cute that I got on the weekend. I don't know if any of you will remember, but I often say when I tip the camera down onto my desktop, I often comment on getting it straight and everything so that it's not looking all wonky for you all. And I've said a few times, oh, I need to get a spirit level, like a little spirit level to put on top of my camera when I put it down. Well, guess what? Amber and I happened to be at Spotlight the other day looking for other stuff, and they had these tiny little spirit levels just on a shelf. I wasn't even looking for this. We just happened to turn around and they were right there because we were purchasing some photo box frames, and it's actually, well, we were purchasing a photo box frame, but we were, you know, checking them all out and having a look on the shelves. And I turned around and these were hanging, you know how on the ends of the shelves often, like there's ad hoc sort of things, like random sort of things. It was just there in a little packet, and I'm like, oh my goodness, that's exactly what I need for my camera for when I'm filming, or for my phone. So it's just this tiny little thing. So I'm going to try it out today and see if it helps me to get my camera straight. We'll see how we go. But it's the tiniest little thing. You wouldn't want to put it down somewhere because you'd probably lose it. It's only little. Anyway, it's the smallest little spirit level I've ever seen. So we'll give it a go and see how we go with it. All right, now I'm going to cover up the camera while I tip it down onto my desktop so that I don't make you all dizzy. Speaking of dizzy, poor Amber's feeling quite dizzy today. She's got a bit of a vertigo attack today, stemming from her neck. So she probably won't be online today because she's not feeling crash hot. So she's upstairs resting. So anyway, so we cover up the camera. Here we go. I will tip it down and then we'll get everything. Oops, no, I don't want to undo that one. Hang on a minute. I just undid the wrong one. Okay, something funny has gone on here with my, wait a second. Oh no, that's right. That's right. It's okay. I'm forgetting myself here. It's all right. I was undoing the wrong clamp because I went back to do it the old way when I was able to flip my screen, which we can't do anymore. All right, let me just tighten these ones up that I accidentally loosened. Okay, I'll put my little spirit level on top and let's see if I can get that nice and straight. Oh, I think that's it. Let's see. Let's see how accurate it is. Oh, I've got to zoom. I'm not going to be able to zoom with that sitting on my camera. Hang on a minute. Let me zoom and then I'll put it back on. It's literally sitting on the screen. That's pretty close. The bubble is in the middle. Almost, I think. How does that look? Does it look straight? Oh, do you know what? It's level, but I actually need to still twist it. I still need to twist it this way, so it won't tell me if it's twisted straight. It'll only tell me if it's actually level. Just tilt that down a tad more. That's better. How's that now? How's that looking? Not too bad. It's a little bit still not straight, I think, but it's pretty good. It's level at least today, which is good. Now, let me know how the sound goes, because if I need to raise my voice, I can. There we go. Okay, so, oh, I didn't even tell you about my brooch today. Did you all notice my new brooch? I've got a new beautiful lorikeet brooch. Just got delivered at the end of last week. I've got this one and a galah. I wore my galah on Saturday at class, so I thought I'd wear my my lorikeet today. All right, I'm going to have to move this camera over because we're seeing a little bit of the stand. Just going to jiggle that over a tad. I've got to level everything out again. Oh my goodness. Hang on. Nope. Sorry, everyone. I just realized that I needed to move that. Okay. Not quite level, but getting there. It's a very delicate situation. Okay. All right. Now, let me share with you a couple of projects from... oh, yes, and my earrings. Yes, thank you, Fee. You noticed my earrings as well. That's right. So I got some beautiful earrings as well, which are gum leaves. And they go with lots of my Australiana brooches. So I thought they were a good staple to have in my collection. Thank you for noticing. Yeah. All right. Now I might need to zoom in a little bit further. I feel like we're a bit far away. So let's see if I can just zoom in a little bit more. Come on, zoomy zoom. Now it's not going to let me zoom. Sometimes it'll do it and sometimes it won't. It's very touchy. Right. Okay. I think we've got it now. It's not quite straight, but I'm going to leave it where it is because I don't want to keep fiddling too much with it. Okay, so this card was one that I created a while ago, and it was one that we made in a class. So I did have a class based on the Storybook Moments Suite a little while ago actually, and this was one of the cards that we did. We did lots of distressing on this one. We used some two-tone cardstock and did some sanding as well. The gorgeous frame, we're going to use the frame today because I want to have one last play with those before they retire. The beautiful ribbon we distressed on this card as well. We did a bit of Stampin' blends on that to distress that a little bit. And yeah, so lots and lots of distressing and layers on this card. So that was one sample. That's not what we're making today though. This one, you've probably seen me show this a few times. Amber made this for me for, now was it for my birthday or for Mother's Day? I can't remember now. But she made this cute little faux book. It's a little book album, a little mini book album. Opens like this. and we've got inside our little album. These are photos of my family. So some of you might have seen this before, and this has been on display up on my shelf behind me. So these are this photo, and this photo is from my son's wedding. This one is from when my husband and I went up to Brisbane for On Stage in March. And this one was from Brooke's 30th birthday last year. So yeah, but really, really cute how Amber has decorated this up with all of the little characters. Really, really sweet. So there's just a couple of ideas. We've done lots of other cards with this as well, but I've given most of them away. So they're the only two I had left. Okay, so let's have a look at the stamp set and the dies. Now my dies, they've come off the sheet, so they're a bit messy in the packet. But let's just have a little looky. I'll pull them all out so you can see them. And now some of you I know have got these, but some may not have seen them before. We've got these beautiful frame dies. So there's the 3 different frames. Then you've got the dies that cut out the little characters as well. So all of these ones cut out all of the little characters. And then you've also got a little carrot patch, a little veggie patch there, and you've got a little stone wall as well, which is really lovely. And then you've got some cute sentiments, even some greetings for new little ones, for Easter, for spring, and then you've got some generic ones and a thank you as well. So really, really beautiful stamp set. Now the images on the front are shown at, wait a minute, I've got to put my glasses on to read that, 75%. So the actual stamps are larger, and you'll see all of my bits I've worked on over the time. So you get lots and lots of stamps in this stamp set. So there's heaps of them. So yeah, and I don't even know that I've used all of the stamps in this set, to be honest. Yeah, I think we've done a lot with the bunnies. I don't think I've done a lot with these little ones. I think I did do one with the little house. But yeah, anyway, so that's the dies and the stamps. Let's put those over to the side. Then, of course, you've got the beautiful designer series paper. Now, the stamps and dies, let me just tell you, before we move on, the stamps and dies are in the last chance discounted. But, oh, hang on a minute. I've got to go back to, last chance. I'm in the wrong section. If you purchase the bundle is not discounted, but the stamp set individually and the die set individually are discounted. So don't click on the bundle. Just make sure that you click on the individual products. And I'm just trying to find them now, because now I've gone out of it. Hang on, I'll just put in Storybook. There we go. Okay. So the dies are reduced to $52. The stamp set is reduced to, hang on, I think that's on the next page, $35.20. There you go. But if you look at them as a bundle, the bundle is not discounted. So don't click on the bundle, just get the individual items. I think it should work out cheaper. 52 and 35. Yes, it's cheaper to get them individually. And the same with the garden patch bundle as well, if you want that one. Okay, now the designer series paper, it's still going to stick around for a little while longer. It's not retiring yet. I suspect it might retire. Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure when. It might retire the next refresh they do. I don't know. Or it might stick around for a little bit longer. But in the paper, you can see I've got lots and lots of bits chopped up here. Lots of, you can see how much I've used this. And I think we had a couple of packs of this paper actually, from memory. But there are lots of really great designs. And you've got some really beautiful vintage designs on the other side. Cute little bunnies. We're going to use some of this strawberry patch paper today. I think the strawberry patch paper is the one I haven't used as much. The cottages, they're really cute. Vegetables. Oh, there's those little, all the little critters again. With that one on the back. And then this one I've only got some of because I've already chopped up some. We're going to use this panel today too. But this one's got all the different panels on there that you can cut up and use as individual pieces, either as accents or backgrounds. Yeah, so that's really cool. And then that's the green on the other side. Got some more bunnies, and that's the strawberry paper on the other side. And then these little ones here, these came on a die sheet in the paper pack, and they had they were all pre-printed and pre-die cut. You just have to pop them out, and I've still got all of these left over. So I need to make lots and lots of cards with all of these little bits and pieces. We might use some of these today. I mean, I am going to use the stamps, but we might use some of the, maybe some of the florals. Oh, I have to pull my sleeves up. I'm getting hot now. Maybe some of the florals or something we might use. Or some of the vegetables. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see how we go. Oh, look, there's some, oh, strawberries. That might be what we use because we're going to use the strawberry paper today. There's some carrots too. I'll leave them out. Lots of little pieces. There's a cute little watering can. Oh, and the fence. Let's leave the fence out. I might use that as well. So definitely the paper is great to have. Little acorns for the squirrels. Some little seed packets and some gum boots. There's 2 seed packets. Yeah, I've had 2 packets of these because I've got some double ups here. So this is from my leftovers from my 2 packets. So all right, so we've got a few of those little pieces left over. I'll pop those up there. The characters themselves I'll put away. So I'm not going to use them today on today's card. I don't think, unless we add some. We might add some. We'll see how our card comes out. Now I've got, oh, it's a little hat. Let's leave the little hat out. I have some inspiration today from a card I saw on Pinterest because I needed a little bit of help today, to be honest. Because I took the day off yesterday and did some scrapbooking, I didn't actually have a card designed for today's class, or today's video, I should say. So I took some inspiration from something I saw online, and I thought we will perhaps change it up a little bit. So I've got a basic idea, and then, yeah, we're going to put our own twist on it. So let me just get all these pieces out of the way. So you can see there's lots and lots of pieces. Now, not only that, then we've also got this one. So I'm just leaving out these ones that we're going to use. We've got this one, which is the Timeless Plaid. And this coordinates, and it's part of the suite as well. And I've actually still got quite a lot of this left, although I have used some, because you can see all the chopped up bits in the front there. But I'll just give you a flick through here. If you haven't seen this, if you've been living under a rock and you haven't seen this, no, maybe you've just been busy and been playing with lots of other different products. This is really great paper for lots and lots of different projects. Great for masculine cards as well. You can see there's some really great textures in here. Really great patterns, I should say, and colours. But they can be used for all types of cards, and they coordinate beautifully with this suite. We've used them quite a bit. Even so, I've still got quite a bit left. So you do get a lot in the packet. I think there's 48 sheets in this one. Yep, 48 sheets. And it's still available as well. So it's, I don't think this one is on last chance. Let me actually type that in. Whoops. Timeless plaid. Let me just do a double check. Yes, it's still available. It's not on last chance. Okay. So now, not only that, but also in the range, there's the Storybook Life Scrapbooking Workshop Kit. Now, I have already created this one, and this is the leftover pieces in the kit here. And I did this one as a class as well. But these layouts are beautiful, and you might have seen me post them in on my social media when I'd finished them of my babies. So I did that. You get the 3 different layouts in here. Oh, so 1, 2, 3, and I did Amber's second birthday. I used this one. This one I did Jake, and then this one was for Brooke. So I didn't put them all in one album. I had one layout, one double page layout in each of the kids' baby albums. So, but I absolutely loved crafting with this one. And I've got a few bits and pieces left over. In fact, I probably should take out the 2-tone cardstock from that and put that with my other 2-tone cardstock. Some of the papers in here were exclusive to the pack, and some were the same as the papers in the DSP that I just showed you. But I do have some leftover pieces, and I do love these strawberries. That was one of the exclusive prints in the workshop kit. Now, of course, any of the workshop kits, the scrapbooking workshop kits, if you buy those and you don't like the layouts as they are, or they're not really your thing, you can change them up, of course. So this is another one of the exclusive papers, similar to the Timeless Plaid, but in a bigger print. Yeah, and I just had a couple of stickers left over that I didn't use. Oh, and this one. That one was an exclusive as well, because it incorporates the Timeless Plaid and also one of the designs, but in a different colour as the Storybook Moments DSP. So yeah, so they are all the products that are available, as well as there is the DSP and sticker sheet. So the Storybook Moments DSP and sticker sheet pack, that's available too. Okay, the stickers that come with that are really cute. All right, let's get into crafting our project for today. I'm going to try and stick to this color palette with our papers. So I've got some Misty Moonlight, some basic beige, and I did pull out some basic white, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be using the basic white or just using the beige. I'll probably just stick with the beige, I think. But I brought out the white because I just never know. Never know how things are going to turn out. Oh, hi, Kay. How are you? Lovely to have you with us. Is the paper on last chance? No, the paper is not, Julie. The paper is sticking around for a little bit longer. And you love the frames, Fee. Yeah, those frames, guys, they are gorgeous. Yep, Julie was here for the Storybook Moments Scrapbooking Workshop Kit. And it was a really fun class, wasn't it, Julie? We really enjoyed doing those projects. They were great. Yeah, they were really beautiful. All right, so what we're going to start with is our card base. So I do know that we are having a basic beige card base, and I've already cut that. So basically it's just an A4 sheet of cardstock cut in half across the width of it, across the short side. Okay, so you're going to cut that in half, and then I've just scored that. So I cut that at 14.85, okay, and then scored that at 10.5 and folded in half, and that's our card base. Next we need to create our layer of Misty Moonlight, which I haven't done yet. So we'll do that first. We'll do that next. So we're going to cut this, we're going to create a 2mm border. So we're going to cut this at 10.1 centimeters. So this again is half a sheet of A4 cardstock. So we're going to cut that at 10.1, turn it on the long side and cut that at 14.45. Okay, so that'll give us our first layer. Did I cut that right? You know what? I need to check this because this one was already pre-cut and I didn't double check that it was the right width. Oh yeah, it is okay. Yep, that's okay. Just double checking to make sure. All right, and let's see. Yep. Okay, good. Now, our next layer is going to be our strawberries paper. Sorry, I went blank then for a minute. And I'm just having a look on the other side. Always, if you're using paper that is double-sided, always turn it over to check the pattern on the other side to see if there's any specific part of the pattern that you want to preserve for another project. For instance, you might want to preserve this bunny down here, or you might want to preserve these little bunnies here. So just be mindful of that when you're cutting your paper so that you know which part you want to cut. Also be mindful of if your paper is directional. So I feel like with this paper it needs to go that way, which means I am gonna have to cut it into it this way a little bit. So I'm going to make this layer another 2mm layer. So it's going to need to be 14.05 by 9.7. So the 9.7 is that way, 14.05 this way. So I think I'm going to cut it that way first. I don't really mind which part of the paper I use. So I'm going to go this way. So we want to do 14.05, which is just beyond the 14. I'm going to go that way. And then I'm going to go 9.7 this way. Did I just rotate that? I did. Okay. 9.7, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So I'm building up the layers. And that will look really nice on the Misty Moonlight layer. Yep, got a little ding in the corner here. How did that happen? Hang on, you know what I'm going to do? It's bothering me, but you probably can't even see it on camera. But I'm just going to grab my bone folder and just straighten that out, that little corner. I must have just banged it on something. There we go. Okay, so that's going to be our first layer. All right, that's going to go on there like that. Look, isn't that pretty? That's so pretty, that paper. All right, now for the next layer, we're going to use this strip here. Now I've cut into that strip just a little bit when I've used these other panels here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim that up a little bit, but we'll cut that down first. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to, with this piece of paper, because you've got all these panels that are cut in different sections, this part here is actually cut all the way down. So I'm actually going to cut that first, which will make it easier to cut the other panels. I'm just going to line that up in the trimmer. Whoops. There we go. It's not quite lined up there. Wait a sec. Let me just move that over a little bit. There we go. Okay. So I'll put those ones to the side. Beautiful. I'm going to chop off these ones. And then we'll chop off this one. Now I'm just going to take this over a little bit because, there we go, because when this was originally cut, there was that extra little bit just there. So I've just cut that just a little bit narrower than what it was originally. All right, now I'm probably going to need to cut the, I don't have measurements for this, so I'm winging it for the measurements, and they'll all be on my blog, so don't worry. You don't need to write down the measurements today or anything if you want to recreate this. So this, the original card that I saw on Pinterest was by Pam Nichols. So if you want to look up the original, feel free to look up Pam Nichols, and I just found it on Pinterest. So you could just Google Storybook Moments on Pinterest. Now hang on, I'm going to grab a pencil here. Oops, wrong. Tapped on my light there. Oh, there it is. I was looking for my pencil, couldn't see it for looking. Now we'll need to leave a little bit of space for a border. So we'll go about there. So what have we got? Let's see. It's probably about a centimetre. Yeah, centimetre from the bottom of the blue DSP, and we'll do a centimetre from the top of the DSP and put a little pencil mark there. I'll trim that down. There we go. So what did that measure in the end? I didn't check that. So that was 12. Well, it was 12 centimeters. Okay. I'll just rub that little pencil mark off there with my eraser. Okay, so that one's 12 centimeters. Now we're going to do a little border for that one. So it's 12 centimeters by, what's the width? The width isn't going to be, oh, actually the width is 5 centimeters. There you go, so it's 12 by 5. So we need to cut some more Misty Moonlight, and we need a 2mm border, so it's going to be 5.4. Turn that around, 5.4. Okay, by 12.4. Wait, was that 12? Yes, it was 12, wasn't it? Let me double check. Yep, 12. By 12.4. And that gives us a nice 2mm border again around the DSP. Beautiful. So we're just keeping it easy today, 2mm borders on everything. So that makes it much easier to remember. Now, if you are watching from overseas and you're using imperial measurements, just use your smallest, whatever your smallest border is, your standard border, just use that as your measurements, because your card base will start out at a different size to ours, because ours is metric measurements in A4 and yours is going to be imperial for letter size cardstock. So it's going to be a bit different. All right, so we're going to do that one. Then we're going to use a little bit of our Timeless Plaid, and let me see what I've got here already chopped up. We need something that's going to coordinate. So we've got blue, then pink. So we probably need something blue-ish. Or we could go green. Look, these all coordinate beautifully together. We have got a lot of blue in there. So there's the blue and green. Or, where's that other one? This one would be nice too, actually. That would be nice on there. Or that one. Or There is another one. The one that I'm looking for, the one that Pam used on her original card. Just seeing if I think it was this one. No, it's not that one. Any of these would probably go because they're all they all coordinate beautifully together. Do you know what? Even the gingham would look nice. I love me a bit of gingham. Anyone else love gingham? Oh, the gingham would be cute. If we change it up and use a bit of gingham. I like that. That's cute. What if we use gingham on there? Any of them would be fine. There's also the pink gingham, which is the, this is the, I think this was the mist, what was it called? I don't know which colour this is now. Does anyone remember which colour this one was? What's in this? Basic beige, boho blue, that retired, Cajun craze, calypso coral, cherry cobbler, crumb cake, early espresso, Lost Lagoon, misty moonlight, mossy meadow, old olive, pebbled path, pecan pie and wild wheat. Some of those already retired. Oh, well, we can't do that because that'll be pink on pink. So that won't go. We could do that one. Or do we want to add in... Just trying to find the one that Pam used originally on her card, but I can't seem to find it. Oh, this one. No, that's not it either. Maybe I've used all that sheet up. Maybe the one that she used I've finished off already. Anyway, that's okay. Let's change it up. I wanted to change it up a bit anyway. All right, so which are we thinking? Gingham. I think we decided not that one because it was too similar to that one. So I like that one. That one, it looks nice, but we don't have this colour in these other papers really. So probably not that one. Nope, not that one. That one wouldn't look too bad. With the green, brings in more of the green, doesn't it? Hang on a minute, that slipped. We want to get the effect. Or we could go that one. So we're going to have a strip coming this way. And it's only going to be a little strip. Could do the green actually. Might be a bit heavy. Trying to decide which one I like the best now. I'm thinking not that one. Maybe we'll go with this one with the gingham, the blue gingham. I do like the blue gingham. Let's use that one. All right. Okay, so now we need to do a strip. Now this strip is going to be a little bit narrower than the last strip. Now this one I had to cut narrower because I'd already snipped off a little bit. So this one was already 5 centimeters. So I think I'm going to take this one to 4 centimeters. I'll do 4. And we'll work out what width we're going to need it. Let's move that over. Okay. So has anybody else not bought this yet but got it on their wish list? Let me know in the comments. I know some of you already have it, but I'm interested to know if anybody else still wants it but hasn't got it yet. Yeah, okay, that'll be good. And then we'll take that out to about, let's see, we'll go about here. Whatever is the nearest measurement to that. Let's see. What is that? 7 point, let's go 7.3. 7.3. Oh, we go 7.2. Keep all the 0.2s. We'll go 7.2. That's actually exactly where I'd marked it. Is that going to be long enough now? Did I cut it long enough? I need to adhere all these other layers because they're just all sliding around everywhere. We will get to the stamping in a moment and the colouring. Oh my goodness. Look at all my layers. They just keep shifting everywhere. I think what we're going to do is we're going to have this over a little bit more to the side. And then we'll have that there like that. Could even be a little bit longer actually. Look, that piece is a little bit longer yet. Let's use the longer piece. We'll use the longer piece and we'll make a border for that one. How long is that one? Let's see, that one is, oh, we'll take a little bit off that and we'll make it 8. Make it easy for ourselves. So that's 8 by 4. 8 by 4. Okay, that'll make our layering much easier. All right, where's our other cardstock? 8 by 4. So now we've got to do another Misty Moonlight layer. So this is going to be 4.4, no wait, 4.4 this way. I nearly did that wrong. 4.4 by 8.4. And that'll give us our nice 2mm border. Okay, so we've got all the 2mm borders today, so that'll make it much easier. There we go, and that's going to go like that. Okay, now this extra little piece here, we're going to keep this piece because we're going to save that for bordering our sentiment once we've stamped the sentiment. Okay. Okay. Now let's have a little sip of our tea. Has everyone got their cuppers today? I've got some lovely French Earl Grey today. Very yummy. All right. Now I'm going to layer up each one of these, but I won't adhere all of them together yet until we make sure that we are happy with everything. Okay, so I'm going to use some multi-purpose liquid glue so I get it all nice and straight. Let's grab my silicone craft sheet today. Who loves their silicone craft sheet? Do you all use your silicone craft sheet? Yeah. Oh, Leonie said she purchased that suite as soon as you saw it. Yes. Oh, you purchased the suite as soon as you saw my samples at my place for the launch. Oh, okay. I misread that at first. I thought you said you purchased it as soon as you saw it. But you purchased it as soon as you saw my samples at the launch, when I did the catalogue launch. Oh, awesome. That's really good. Yeah, it's really beautiful suite. I love it. Okay, so let's do our layering. Oh, Glenn just made you a cup of tea. That's awesome. What a good hubby you have. He's always making you your cuppers. That's so nice. My hubby makes dinner a lot nowadays. I don't cook as much as I used to these days. And oftentimes he ends up doing the cooking. So I do cook sometimes, but he does a lot of the dinners nowadays because he likes to eat. I get busy and I forget and I lose track of the time, but he likes to eat by a certain time. So often he'll say to me, do you want me to cook dinner? And I'll be like, yep, okay, great, thanks. Because I'll be in the middle of doing something. I do a lot of my my work in the evenings. So yeah, so I'm often working when he comes home, and I just get busy and I forget. I don't look at the time. I just keep going, and then he gets a bit hungry. So that's how it goes nowadays. But I do try to make sure that I do cook for him sometimes. And most of the time Amber cooks her own meals because she doesn't eat what we eat because she's vegetarian, so she usually cooks her own food. I do always ask her if she wants any veggies or anything when I'm cooking veggies, but a lot of times she just makes her own food. She did make a beautiful pot of veggie soup for, it was veggie and lentils and beans, black beans, the other day. Soup for her and I to share because hubby doesn't like vegetarian food, but Amber and I do. So sometimes when she cooks, so it's great, I've got all these people cooking for me. It's awesome. So of course when she cooks yummy meals like that, like big vegetarian meals that she does in batches, then of course I eat it too. So there you go. And sometimes I don't eat what hubby eats either. He eats lamb steaks and things like that I don't really eat. He eats a lot of he loves spaghetti bolognese, and then he'll make puff pastries, and well, I can't eat the puff pastries, so then I'll have something different, or I'll just have the spaghetti meat and I'll make some tacos, or yeah, we're always doing different things. Okay, good. So there's all our layers all ready to go. I won't stick anything down yet until we decide later about ribbons and things like that once we've done the decorative elements. So we'll set that aside. You don't craft without your silicone mat. Oh, that's good, Leonie. That's awesome. Oh, no worries, Kay. All good. Be sure to come back and check out the replay and see the finished project. But it's lovely to have had you with us. All right, now I'm thinking for the characters, we're going to have a frame, and I'm thinking of either that one or that one. I like these two bigger ones. I really love this one. This is my favorite one. So I'm thinking I want to use this one. And I'm thinking of using this little bunny here with the little dress. And maybe we could even use one of the little tiny bunnies, maybe this one. So let's see. I've even got a watercolored one in there that I did with a watercolor class. Look at that one. I still haven't used that yet. How cute is that? But yeah, I did a watercolor class to learn how to watercolor them. Don't ask me how to do it now, I wouldn't have a clue. But we were just using 3 colors and we created that, which I love. I have to make sure I use that. Okay, so let's pull out our little bunny. So there's our little bunny in her cute little dress. And I'll put her on a block. So turn her over, put her on a block. Now, I'm wondering if I'm going to fit on, which way up does this go? That way, I think, doesn't it? I think I'll fit the little bunny. If I just put them maybe off the edge of the frame a little bit. Which one will we use? I might just use this little one up here, I think. Where's that one on here now? Here. Here we go. And for our sentiment, so I'll pop that little one on there. For our sentiment, I'm either going to do thank you very much, or I could do hello friend, or I could do somebody loves you. Somebody loves you is a cute one too. Might decide that once we've stamped our bunnies. Okay. Grab some cardstock. We're going to use some basic beige to stamp on, and I've got a little bit of scrap paper here. I'll just put that underneath. We're going to stamp in early espresso. Oh, you're making spaghetti bolognese tonight, Fee? Nice. Sounds good. Actually, I wonder if hubby might cook that tonight too. I've taught him how to cook spaghetti bolognese. He does it to my recipe, and he does a good job now. He's been doing it for a while, but you know, when I met him, when I first met, I mean, we've been married a long time now. 30, what are we married this year? 36 years. 36 years this year. I'm going to do these individually, so I'll leave a bit of space. But he had never eaten spaghetti bolognese when I first met him. Can you believe that? He hadn't actually eaten spaghetti bolognese. I'm just going to try stamping another one. I feel like that one's a little bit light. I think my ink pad needs re-inking. We were using it on the weekend, so it's probably got a little bit dry. Yeah, he had never eaten spaghetti bolognese before he met me, which was really weird. Oh, they're pretty much of a muchness, really. So yeah, anyway, now he can cook it. So he does a good job. So I let him. No, sometimes I do cook it, but sometimes he cooks it too. So it's about the only dish he can actually cook, apart from just meat and veg, is spaghetti bolognese. He doesn't really, yeah, he likes very plain food. Whereas I grew up with, my mum always made a lot of casseroles and soups and stews and all that sort of thing, but he doesn't eat any of that. I used to try to make them and get him to eat them, but he never liked them, so I stopped doing all of that. Alrighty, so for our little bunny here, I'll grab my chart and we'll have a look and see what colours. I think I want to do her little dress in blue to match with the blue papers. Or we could do pinks, but I'm just having a look at my colour chart here. Need to get out some blue. So boho blue is gone. We do have Misty Moonlight, which coordinates with the paper, but it's quite dark. Balmy blue might be nice. A little bit of light balmy blue for her dress. We might do that. We could add a little bit of pink to this little one's belly, perhaps. All right, let's get some balmy blue. Is this my balmy? Yep, that's balmy blue. All right, and for the bunny, we do need some pink for in their ears as well. We've got the Pretty in pink, so we'll grab some of that. Some Pretty in pink. I'll pop them all over here. Oh look, there's an extra bit of cardstock I missed putting in the bin. What else do we need? We need some brown tones for the fur. Now I'm just going to have a look. I've got some samples of some that I've made in here before, but I feel like these ones are a bit dark. Let's see if we can do them a little bit lighter. Yeah, they're quite dark. So I'm thinking maybe the bronze might be nice. The bronze or the SU500. The SU500 is a nice colour, and I've actually pulled out, so these ones down here, these are all the neutral tones. So they come in light, medium, deep, deep. And then each of the markers has got a number on them. I pulled all of those ones aside because they're in my bottom two shelves and they're very hard for me to reach when I'm filming. So I've pulled all those ones out to have them out ready. But I'm thinking maybe the 500 might be nice, this one. And then we could do some blending perhaps with the 600, which is the next one up. Okay. And then we might get a little bit of the bronze and the ivory as well. Let me see. Now, where's my bronze and ivory? Oh, there they are. Oh, stretch. Bronze and ivory. So the bronze and ivory, if you're not familiar with the Stampin blends, the bronze and the ivory, they come together in a color combo. They were sort of our first lightish browns that we had before we had all the neutral tones. Now we've got all the different neutral tones, so there's lots and lots of different brown tones. So we'll start with those and we'll see how we go. And then we've got the little bit of pink that we can use for inside the ears and the belly. You know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to grab one of the sheets of paper for a reference as well. So if ever you're not sure, just grab, look, there's that little bunny there. That's exactly the same bunny. So you can see the different color tones in that bunny there. So if ever you're not sure and you've got the paper, pull out the paper so you've got it as a color reference. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to keep that there as color reference. All right. Now, I know that these Stampin' Blends bleed through the cardstock, and I've only got a very thin sheet of paper there, so I'm going to grab some more paper. I'm going to grab some thicker grid paper, and I'll put that underneath as well. So when we're colouring, as the colours absorb, they're not going to go through to my desktop. So always make sure when you're using your Stampin' Blends that you do protect your desktop. All right, I think we're going to start with the brown tones. I'm just going to keep my reference sheet here close by. I want to use a little bit of light on the face. Just going to go a little bit light around sort of her little face there. And we might come back in with a little bit of light after we've done some of the brown tones as well. So this one is the 500. Okay, so that's quite deep. The bronze, let's check the bronze. Oh, the bronze is deeper, okay. And that one is more sort of orangey colour. I think I do like the 500. So we'll go in with a bit of the 500, go around the eye. So who loves their Stampin' Blends? Of course, we can come back in and lighten this up as well, because we can come in with our colour lifter, or we can come in with the ivory and we can lighten that up. Now I do find too, with the beige, the basic beige cardstock, it's very porous. So you only need a really light touch when you're colouring with this colour, and it keeps absorbing into the cardstock. So got to be careful when you go near the edges. You don't want to kind of go right close to the edge of the line art. I'll just go over those bits there. There we go. Okay, so we might add a little tinge of the darker. Actually, I might go with the 600, just where we might have a little bit of shadowing and where that detail is there on the rabbit. Just for a little bit of extra interest there, and utilising those blends. And look, I'm no artist. I didn't do art at school, apart from in year 7 and 8, I think. I wasn't great at art at school, believe it or not. But these are just so easy, and they make you look like an artist because they're just really easy to use. And I'm just going to go in with a little bit of the light just here and there with a few little brush strokes, just to add a few little lighter highlights there. You'll see that lighten up as it dries. Okay, just for a little bit of interest there. Okay, little bunny. All right, little bunny is going to have an ivory tail. So we'll go with the ivory on the tail. And I'm going to give our little bunny a little light pink nose and inside the ears. Okay, and while we're there, I might do the little the little bunny's ears and little tiny nose and little mouth there too. Okay, just do a little bit on the mouth there too. Okay, so I'm going to come back in with a little bit more of the, and let me not get these colours mixed up, bronze we didn't use, I'll put that over there. The 500, which was the lighter one, I'll just check it again, no, that was the darker one. So the higher the number, the lighter the colour. Just blend that in a bit. Just blend in those edges a little bit on that brown, just so we don't have any streaks of colour. Okay, so that's that bunny. Now I'll do this little bunny in the same colour, and I'll come back to do the dress. So we'll do the little ivory tail. And the ivory, we'll do a little bit of ivory on the, actually we'll come back to do the face. I'll do the, not that one, this one. No. Yes, was that one? Is that the one? 500. Yes, that's the one. Getting myself confused. Yeah, that's the one. Now this little bunny, I'm gonna lighten this bunny up a bit after I've coloured with the SU 500, which is one of the medium colours. Oh, excuse me. A tickle in my throat. Oh, I was going to do the tummy pink, wasn't I? That's okay. We can go back over that to lighten that up. All right. Okay, so I'll just do a little bit more here on the ears. And we'll come back in and we'll blend that down a little bit. There we go. And let's put a little bit of pink on the belly. We'll get that to lighten up a little bit. So as you add a lighter colour to the darker colour, it'll actually blend out that darker colour. But when you go over a darker colour with a lighter colour, always just check your nib after you've done that and just rotate and scribble on your scrap paper just to make sure you haven't, none of that dark colour has stayed on your tip, because you don't want to muddy up your colours. Then I'm going to come in with a bit of ivory. Oh, actually, before I do that, I'm going to go in with a little bit of the darker 600, just for the little whiskers and the little shadowy bits. I'll do a little bit on the ears as well. Okay, and then we're going to blend with a little bit of ivory just to lighten that little bunny up a little bit. And as those blends dry, that'll lighten up and you'll see the colour change in the bunny. Now the colour lifter will actually do the same job. It'll lighten the colour, and it doesn't remove the colour as such, it shifts the colour. So it, like, yeah, sort of pushes the colour. And the more colours that you layer, the more it's going to absorb into the cardstock. So you can see this has gone through quite a bit because I've layered colour over colour over colour. So it's going to absorb more into the cardstock. Now we're going to do the inside of the ear because I've made the rest lighter. And we've got our cute little bunny coming to life now. There we go. And I want him to sort of have a little bit more of a mottled sort of look. bit more than the bigger bunny. So that's being achieved with those colours. Great, good, good, good. All right, now for the dress, I'll put the bronze aside because we didn't use the bronze for the dress, and we didn't use the dark pretty in pink, we used the light, so I'll put that one to the side. The dress, we've got the dark and the light blue here. So I might start with a little bit of dark blue this time. Oh my goodness, look at what just happened. My top came off my blends. Can I get the, no, I can't get the oh, this one's broken. I'm going to have to replace it. Let's see if I can get that lid off. No, it's stuck. Okay. Well, I guess I'm using the brush tip. I'm going to use it very, very carefully. I was going to use the bullet tip, but with the dark, I'm just going to go where there would be shadow, and I'm using a very, very light touch because this is the dark balmy blue. Put some on the sleeve and on the waistband there. Just very, very light touch. Do a little bit under the neckline there too. Under the arm, where you've got these little creases in her skirt. And along the bottom. Okay. Oh, we might go down the back of the skirt too. And let's go down the front too, because she'd have a bit of shadowing there from her body sort of casting the shadow. Okay, all right. So I've got to remember to replace that one. The light balmy blue, I'll use a brush tip again because we are going to blend. So now I'm going to go over those dark bits that I've just coloured, and I'm going to use a circular motion to blend them in. There's still going to be a bit of shadowing there with that darker colour, but it's going to blend it in a little bit so that it's not too sort of streaky and too harsh. Okay, so we don't want any harsh lines in there. We just want that little bit of shadowing coming through. And you do that just by going over that again with the lighter colour. And if it's still looking a little bit sort of heavy on those darker colours, just go over them again. There we go. And that's as easy as it is. Done. Beautiful. All right, so we can, I'm going to lighten up the little one's face just a little bit more. Come in with the brush tip. Actually, no, I'll use the bullet tip because I just want to control, it's a smaller area and I want to control where the colour is laying down. There we go. Your little chest there. Just make sure that's all good. Alrighty, so now we can die cut that. I'll just put those markers over there. They're the ones we used. Alright, normally I would let them dry a little bit more. We'll give them a little bit of fanning. The Stampin' blends, sorry, my brain today, my goodness. The Stampin' blends, they do dry quite quickly. So you don't usually need to wait too long. So we'll bring over our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, because that's the one we're going to use today. And we'll find our dies that we're going to use for cutting out our little bunnies. I think that one. And let's find the right one for this little one. Is it this one? Yes, that was easy. Okay, all right, I think they can be go through together. So I'll grab my washi tape. There's some old washi tape here that I had from years ago. And we'll just line that up around our little bunnies. Okay. So is anybody else crafting with me today? Let me know in the comments if you are crafting or if you're just watching today. There we go. Okay, so we'll pop those on there. Clear plate over the top and run that through. There we go. Beautiful. You always hold your breath when you've spent time colouring them and then you cut them out. It's always like hold your breath and make sure that they cut out straight and they don't go wonky. They cut out fine. All right, cute. And I think they look really nice stamped on the basic beige cardstock because it's a bit of a softer edge around them rather than that stark white edge. All right, now we've got those. Now we need to think about the colour of the frame. I'll just bring this over for a minute because I'll die cut the frame while we're here. But I hadn't decided yet what colour frame I'm going to do. I always forget which way up this goes. I can't wait. Where's my other card? Yes, I did have it up the right way. So it goes up that way. And I'm going to have that on there. And there are two little bunnies. Do you think a gold frame would look nice on there? I think a gold pop of colour would be nice. We'll do a gold one. Wait, do I already have a gold one die cut? Let me have a look. I do have some extras. Oh, look, I have got a gold one already cut. Looky, look. One I haven't used before. One I've die cut and haven't used. So we could use that today. Well, actually, we can have a look and see how it will look. I might move my die cutting machine away. Going to put that there. We need to leave room for the sentiment as well. Might need the centre in it, I think, though. Or the other thing we could do, the other thought I had was, if we didn't have the background in there, you're just watching today, Leonie, also preparing dinner. Good idea. Spent most of the day filing and organising your craft room so it's ready to use when you get back from your holidays. Oh, lovely. Yes, you go away soon. Don't you, on your holiday? That's exciting. Very exciting. I just had another thought that if we have that gold frame, but the inside of the frame could be we could have a cottage in the background, potentially. Could have one of the little cottages in the background, and the bunnies could be in front of it, in the foreground. That would be cute. Or we've got strawberry patch there, so maybe we could use one of the garden pieces. Hang on a minute, I've got to move a few things here. Let's see, what have we got? We've got the gardening utensils. Just looking to see what I've got left in the DSP, if I've got any actual garden scenes or anything. There's so many bits and pieces. Lots and lots of chopped up bits and pieces. We've got veggies. We've got... Oh, wait, I've got an idea. I did have in... Hang on a sec. In my bits and pieces. Now I don't know where I've put it. Oh, it's gone. Never mind. Don't worry. We could use some of that in the background. I do like the cottages in the background though. See, this paper here has got all the different little scenes sort of in little clusters. But I was thinking I really liked the, oh, this one's cute. I do like the cottages in the background though. So perhaps we could have cottages, but then we've got all the strawberries. So is that going to really go? Oh, where is that other? I've got so many things out over here now. Oh, hang on, I found it. Okay, so in here I have, oh, you're flying out on Sunday. How exciting. Oh, you love this paper, Jenny. It is gorgeous, isn't it? It's such beautiful paper. And the paper is still available. It's not on last chance. Whereas the stamps and dies are all on last chance. So they're only available for while supplies last. But the paper is still available, which is awesome. All right, so I'm thinking I've actually got this. So we could do a little, what other colours do I have cut out already? Let's see. Okay, not this colour. I would probably use a lighter colour, but let's just see if I had that in the background and the bunnies on top. You're kind of going to lose them anyway, aren't you? Well, maybe we should just put the cottages in the background. What do you think? What does everyone think about the little cottages? If we did a cottage in the background, have that in the background and then have the bunnies on top. We could give it a go and see how it looks. Now, wait, rather than cut up my full piece, I do have some that are already chopped up. So we could use one of these, and we just need it for the center. So we could do that one. Or we could do that one. That one might be good because it looks like it's sort of got strawberries there in the whatsy, in the garden. In the whatsy. I'm losing my words today. Oh my goodness. All right, let's do this and we'll have a look and see. Okay, so we're going to just cut the circle out of that part. And pop that on there, like so. And just position that kind of where we want it. I'll pop that over the top. And is that going to be straight? Let's see. That's not bad. That'll do. All right, let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it. There we go. Okay, so there's our center bit, and we can get rid of all these other bits. Now I've got all this paper stuck in my die. That's all good. That's right, let's clean that out in case we need to cut anything else. Let's poke all those bits out. Who loves their pokey pokey tool? It is the best tool. It's the one I use the most of my take your pick tool, actually, is the pokey pokey tool. It's actually called a paper piercing tool, but I like to call it pokey pokey tool because that's what I do with it, is I poke all the little holes. Get all those bits out. Oh, this bit's stuck in there. Get that out. Out you come. There we go. It's important to clean your dies out before you go to do another cut with them, because otherwise they might not cut well. All right, so we don't need that bit. I'll get rid of all these little bits. Okay, so let's see now. Might even decide not to have a gold frame. Might even decide to have a different color frame. I don't know. Oops. All right, so we decided against that, so we'll get rid of that. And then we can have our little bunnies here. Look, they can be standing in the front of the cottage. See, that would be cute to have the cottage in the background. I feel like I'm blocking that window though. Does that matter? If I set her over here a bit. And have the little one there. Something like that. And we'll pop those up on dimensionals. That would be cute. And then we had the extra little strawberries too. Where did they go? They're up here. The extra little strawberries, they could go up here on the frame, potentially. Or we've got a little fence, but I think because we're using the frame, we won't use the fence. What else did we have? We had some other greenery and things, but I don't know that they are going to work with the things that we have there. I didn't have very much of the greenery left over. Oh, there is that one. There's that one. Could pop the little bunny on that if we didn't have that. Pop that in the foreground. Or we could have mummy bunny on that. There like that with a bit of greenery coming out the side there. Then we could have little bunny here. We could have some strawberries hanging on the frame. About that. That'd be cute. Something like that. We're getting there. We're getting there. I don't know about the gold frame. What does everyone think about the gold frame? I'm thinking about changing the colour of that frame. We can't use the blue because the blue, it'll clash with that, and that will lose it. We could try one of the deeper, what about the pecan pie? Is that pecan pie? Maybe that. Let's have a look at that. Although the bunnies are brown, so it might be too much brown. The bunnies might fade away a little bit into that. I'm not sure. Or maybe that's better. Maybe that will. Actually, I don't mind that. I actually don't mind that. I'm thinking to leave that off. Oops. What's everyone think? Do you like the brown frame or do you like the gold frame? I actually don't mind the brown frame. Right, I'll let that sit there for a minute. Let me know what you all think. I actually don't mind the brown frame. That's pecan pie. I'm pretty sure that's pecan. That's not the old... Oh, let me just grab some and check. Just thinking, because we used to have the copper clay. No, it is pecan pie, so that's okay. That's current. I didn't want to use... You like the brown too, Leslie? Yeah, I think so. I agree. I think it goes really well with the blue as well and with the bunnies. Whereas the gold was just, I don't know, the gold just, I didn't feel like it was working well. Yeah, I don't mind that. Okay, now let's work on the sentiment. So I was going to put the sentiment strip up here and we could move this down a little bit. Actually, if I move that down a little bit, that's good because then we see those strawberries there too. And we might put the sentiment up here. So if we do Hello Friend or Somebody Loves You, they're longer sentiments, whereas the thank you is a bit too long this way, like it's going to sit down too far. So I might even just use Hello Friend because Hello Friend is very universal. Like you can use that really for anything. And it's a nice small sentiment too, so it's not going to take up too much space. So I think we might use that one today. We're going to stamp that in Early Espresso on our vanilla. No, not vanilla. Not vanilla. Oh my goodness, my brain today. Beige, basic beige, that's the one. I'll grab a block. I've got a little block here. I'll stick it on there. I want to make it straight though. Let's do that again. Let's stick it straight. And I might be able to use some offcut here from the bunnies. So we utilize our cardstock. Actually, let's go across this edge here. We'll go here, we've got a little bit more room there. I might trim it up first. Let's see how wide do we need this. Oh, glasses, hang on a minute. Wow, my eyes today. I don't know what's going on. I went to pick up my new glasses the other day and I couldn't see out of them. I couldn't see a thing. So I said to them, I'm so sorry, but I can't see out of these. So they had to measure me and everything and send them back to have them fixed so that I could see with them, which was a bit frustrating because that means I've got to go back again now. Should I turn this around this way? So I'm going to trim this at 1.5 centimeters. Yes, so I'm still using my old glasses at the moment. Sorry, little bunny. I just took you out, little bunny. I'm so sorry. There we go. So I've got a 1.5. I need to change my blade, I think, in my trimmer. Let's just clean my track. Do you all do that? Do you use a piece of cardstock to clean your track? Just run it down the track there to get all the muck out. See, look, get all these little bits out. I do find too I find with the basic beige, I love using basic beige. It's a beautiful colour, but I find that the cardstock is quite fibrous and porous compared to some of the other colours. But I love the colour. Now I'm just thinking, because we'll go with the early espresso. Well, I was thinking whether or not to stamp with early espresso or pecan pie, but I think we'll go with early espresso. And I'm just going to stamp this in the middle. I'm going to pull it down to me, and I'll show you when I've done it, just so I can try and get it straight and in the middle. And I don't even know if I did. It's up a little bit high. I really do need to re-ink this ink pad. So we might need to, will I bother to trim that off a bit? It's not quite centered, but needs a little smidge off it. I guess I could turn it over and do it on the other side, couldn't I? Let's try again on the other side. Just going to trim off, get rid of some of these little fuzzies. Some of these little fuzzy bits. Take the bone folder and just burnish that, because I did trim it from the other side. And I'm going to ink up right near the edges, because, you know, we always have more ink in our ink pad near the edges. That's better. Okay, and that's darker too. All right, let's clean that one. I feel like the center of the eye of my little bunny needs to be filled in a little bit dark. I've left it, I didn't put any color in there, and I feel like he's got an evil eye. So I'm just gonna find my darkest color. What's this one? The SU100. And I'm just going to add a little dot for a pupil in the middle of his eye, just to fill his eye in there. There we go. Oh, now I don't know if I made it look worse. Maybe I should have left it as it was. That's fine. He's a dark-eyed bunny. Okay. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you're liking it. All right. So now with the sentiment, I'm going to put that on a little bit. I'll trim that up actually. And then I'm going to put that on a little bit of the Balmy Blue. Now, you know, with my sentiments, I always like to ink around the edges. So I'm going to take a little bit of Crumb Cake. I might trim this down a bit first. In fact, what I might do is, I'm just thinking, I might just angle this end, and we'll have this end straight. So let me grab my snips. I'm just going to angle that end there. And this end I'm going to trim down a little bit. Just a little bit too long. Oh, you're loving it, Martha? Great. I'm glad. And I am just going to trim a tad off the top, and I hope I don't wreck it. Oh, I did it. Yay. That was scary. I thought I was going to wreck it. But all good. All good. All right. And then we'll put a little bit of crumb cake around the edges of my sentiment, just to give it that little bit of a border. And also too, because the cardstock is a little bit fuzzy, because I need to change my blade or my trimmer, it's going to help to hide that too. So nobody will even know. There we go. And I always love to do this with my sentiments. It just softens those edges a little bit. Okie dokes. Now we can put that on a little bit of blue as well, or we can leave it as it is. We might decide that in a moment. I think I'll construct all of these other bits and pieces. Okay, now I was gonna decide about ribbon, but I'm thinking what I might do is just make a small bow. So this suite has paper that, ribbon that coordinates with it, which is the Petal Pink Scalloped Edge ribbon, but this is on Last Chance as well. But I was thinking I could just do a little faux bow, or like a little knot bow, and just put that down here somewhere rather than a big bow, because it's really, I don't think it really needs a big bow. And in fact, that end's a bit long, so let's trim that up a bit. Oh. Okay, and we can pop that somewhere down here, perhaps. So I think we're not going to wrap any ribbon, so I think we're good to stick all of that down, because I always like to wait until I've decided if I'm going to wrap any ribbon around any of the layers, but I think for this card we won't do that today. All right, so let's start sticking this all down. So I'll use my multi-purpose liquid glue. Oh, you're loving it, Martha. I'm glad. That's so good. Thank you. As I said, I have been inspired by Pam Nichols' card. So I just changed it up a little bit. Pam used some of the DSP for the main focus image. And she had cut a die cut circle actually, whereas I've used the frames from the suite. So I always like to change things up. If I'm inspired by somebody else's creation, I always like to change it up a little bit just to make it my own. But that's the wonderful thing about sharing our crafting, is we inspire others, and then we can adapt it. Alrighty, so I'm going to pop this over quite close to the left hand side and just make sure that I've got the top and the bottom edges even. You could center it down, like not center it down, sorry, you could move it down and have it, you know, down towards the bottom if you wanted to, but I just thought I'd keep it all sort of centered more. My glue is running out. So what's everyone got on this week? Anyone got anything exciting happening this week? Are you all having quiet weeks this week? I've got lots of planning to do this week. We've got lots of things coming up that we need to plan for. So now I'm going to show you a little trick so that I can adhere all of this down together. I'm going to turn this over. I'm going to get that lined up. And I'm going to add some little bits of tear and tape. Now, where is my tear and tape? There it is. Little pieces of tear and tape along the edges to hold that together so that I can adhere it down in one go, because then if I want to pop it up on dimensionals, I can. Just grab my tape scissors, because these are my sticky ones. Just making sure that my adhesive is not sticking out of that frame edge, because we don't want that being seen from the front. And you know what? I haven't quite got that centered. I'm slide that down a little bit. There we go. Okay, good. And then we'll flip it back over and I'll add a little bit more tape at the bottom and a little bit at the top. There we go. You can add it all the way around if you want to, just to make sure it's secure, but you just got to make sure that that tape doesn't stick through all those little details in your frame, because you don't want that to be seen from the front, because that wouldn't look very nice. And then we'll make sure that that's nice and stable. If you wanted to, you could add an extra piece of, like you could do an extra layer even of both pieces and adhere that all together to give it extra strength, because I'm just using DSP in the middle, not cardstock. Okay, so we've got that all stuck together. Just double check that you can't see any of that tape from the front. And then we've got that beautiful framed cottage. Now I can choose from here whether or not to pop that up and then put the bunnies flat, or put this flat and then pop the bunnies up. But I'm kind of thinking I could do both actually. I'm kind of thinking I want to lift the frame up off the DSP. So let's use some Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm just going to grab some. Oh, it looks like I need to open up some more. I've only got my offcuts. Let's see, we'll grab some minis and some large ones to open up some new sheets. Oh, thanks, Leslie. I do hope you feel better soon, Leslie. Okay, so let's put down some of these dimensionals. Now I've got to make sure that I don't put them where the tape is, because the tape's got the backing on it and they're not going to stick to that. They're going to want to come back off. So I'm going to do a combo here of the small and the regulars, the regular size ones, so that everything is well supported. Oops, I think I just pulled off the backing of another one here on the sheet. I did too. Now I'm going to see if I can just pop a few in close here in between some of the tape, close to the edges, just to make sure that those edges are going to be well supported and not be bouncy. Let's make sure that adheres there to the cardstock. And I would like to put one up the top here too. So see if I can, might pull back some of this tape here and just sneak one in under there. I'll just cut that tape there off. Leave the backing on there. There we go. So then you can turn it over and just test it and see if that feels fairly stable and not too bouncy. Okay? All right, good. All right, so let's add this now. We've got to leave space for our sentiment. We still didn't decide if we're going to have just the sentiment or if we're going to add another blue layer. I think I'll just leave it on its own. I don't think I'll add another blue layer. I was going to, but I think I'm just going to leave it. So make sure we leave space for our sentiment as well. So I'm thinking about there. Okay, we'll remove all of our dimensional backings. Using my fingers today because got all those little ones. And sometimes trying to get the little ones off with the Take Your Pick tool is a little bit challenging, and I just want to make sure that I don't lift up any of that tear and tape, because I need that to stay put. There we go. All right, so the back looks a mess. Nobody's going to see that. all they're going to see is the front. There we go. Cute. All right, and then we can pop our bunnies up as well. Or you can put the bunnies flat if you want, but I think they would look nice up on dimensionals. All right, I will use my Take a Pick tool this time though. There we go, and one down here and one up here, making sure that that's within the image. I might actually use smaller ones on the little bunny's head. And for the ears will be on. I'm just checking first to see if they're going to be on the frame or off the frame, because we don't want to put any dimensionals where it's going to be hanging off the frame. But we'll make sure that we position Bunny on the frame, on the edge of that frame. Okay, so I haven't removed the backings from the little one yet. So just make sure we have these lined up where we want them. Yep, I think like that there. And then the little one. I'll put the little one in here. Like that. And then do we want the extra strawberries is the question. Or do I leave them off? We could put the extra strawberries on there, couldn't we? Would they look cute on there? Or do I just embellish with the, I better put this on first. Nearly forgot about our sentiment. Better put that on there. 2 embellishments for that one. Pop that down about there. I'm going to have that coming in from the edge there. Make sure I've got that straight. There we go. And the bow. Let's see. Do we want the bow? Maybe we veto the bow. Or the bow could go underneath the sentiment, couldn't it? Could make it a slightly smaller bow. I don't know if, sorry, just turn that off. Forgot I had set that today. Oh, we could pop the bow up there instead of the strawberries. We could have a bow up there. And I'll show you the embellishments we're using are the antique pearls. These were also part of the suite. They're still available. They are sticking around, I believe. Oh, hi Dimity, how are you? Lovely to have you here today. We could put the strawberries up here, on the corner up here. Or we could put them on the frame, or we can just leave them off. I don't know. I like... She does look like she's looking up, so I might put them up there on the frame, because Mummy Bunny does look like she's looking up, doesn't she? So we might pop them up there. Pop them up there, just hanging off that frame. Just want to make sure that dimensional's not going to go off. There we go, like that. All right, and then the bow. I don't know if we need the bow. Right side bottom down here. I was going to maybe put the embellishments down there. Could put it up there on the frame, but is that too much? Takes away from the frame a little bit then, doesn't it? Yeah, maybe we won't have ribbon on this one. Maybe we'll just have, we won't have ribbon, we'll just have embellishments on this one. All right, so let's put one here and one here, and then we can put a medium-sized one up here. And we could probably put another couple in here somewhere. There we go. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. I think I'll call that done. I think I'll leave it there like that. What do you think? And we'll leave the bow off. I don't think we need the bow. I think the bow will be too much because there's a lot going on here already, isn't there? It's quite a busy card with lots happening on there. But there you go. So we made another card using the Storybook Moments, no, Storybook, what's it called? Storybook. Storybook Moments Suite. So be sure to grab that while you can before it goes. Yeah, as I said to you, the DSP, the Storybook Moments DSP is sticking around, but the stamps and the dies are going very soon. They are on last chance and they are reduced in price, so it's a great time to get them. There's the dies, there's the 3 frames and all the characters, all the little animals there. I can't remember how these all fit back on there, but somehow they do. They fit on there somehow. This one probably goes up here somewhere. See if I can get it back on. Oh no, it probably doesn't. I don't know. Anyway, we'll work that out later. But there you go. So that's my take on the card that I was inspired from Pinterest from Pam Nichols. So thank you, Pam, for your beautiful inspiration. As I said, I've changed it up quite a bit. My layers were similar to Pam's and the rest I've changed up. So I've made it my own, as I always like to do. So there you go. So there's another idea for you using that beautiful suite. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. All right, I'm going to tip the camera back up face to face. I'll remember to take my little spirit level off before I do that. All right, here we go. Okay. All right. Tip that over that way a little bit. There we go. So I hope you really enjoyed that. Sorry, the lights are probably reflecting in my glasses, but oh, hot now. Here's an up close look at our cute little card today. You're going to be seeing it back to front though this way, but there's an up close look at it. Really cute. Love those little bunnies. They're just so adorable. And the paper is just so pretty, isn't it? And gingham, like, can never go wrong with gingham, can you? That turned out really cute. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that gave you some ideas. And that layout with the background, then the layer, then the layer, you can use that for lots and lots of different designs. That's actually, those layers like that, they're actually ones we've used many, many times over many, many years. It's just doing those it's sort of like an L shape layer. Yeah, we use that a lot actually. It's a really good one to use over and over again. So there you go. So I hope you enjoyed that. Fix up my little birdie. I forgot to show you my little rainbow lorikeet at the beginning, but some of you did pick up on that, and my beautiful gum leaves. So yeah, well, I hope you all have a great week. Thanks for sticking with me. It was a long one today. But I hope that you enjoyed that, and hope you get some crafting in your week this week. I will endeavour to be back again next Monday. That's always the plan, Monday afternoons at 4 o'clock. And I look forward to seeing you then again. We might have, I do have a card already done that we might be making next week. I was nearly going to make it today, and then I thought, no, I want to use the Storybook Moments products because they're going soon, and I just wanted to have another play with them. But yes, so we might do the other project next week, which I already had designed. So we'll see how we go, unless something else pops up in between times. So if there's anything I can help you with, please feel free to get in contact with me if you'd like more information about joining my team and getting an amazing 20% discount on your Stampin' Up! Products. And becoming part of our fun community. I'd love to have a chat with you about that and give you all the information. If you would need any help with any of the sales or specials on at the moment, if you need catalogs, or you just have questions about anything to do with Stampin' Up! Or products or my classes, remember to register for my card buffet. You need to register by this Wednesday, and I did put the link in the comments. For those watching back on YouTube, I will put the all the links down in the details of the video. So be sure to check that there. But I just thank you all so much for your support. Thank you for watching. And I look forward to seeing you all again really soon. And I hope you have a great week. As I always say, happy crafting, everyone. Bye.